Okay, so we are at Mike Pruitt Honda in Akron, Ohio. There is Kevin Pruitt. He's the vice president of the company. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, and this is the Ninja Internet / BDC team. I want to just start by asking some questions. Let's say for you, can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Jaquel. I'm a customer coordinator here.
Okay, now tell me about what your day-to-day scenario is with prospects. What would you say your biggest challenge is with the internet leads?
The biggest challenge is getting enough of them on a daily basis, viable leads.
Okay, so lead generation is a concern for you. Okay, what about your process? When you actually get a prospect on the phone, what type of things are they always asking for?
Price.
Price? Price and availability. Well, let's just answer that. What do you say when the prospect asks you for the price? How do you handle price?
Try to get around it, not give them the price. Try to get them to get here without actual giving them the price.
And what happens if they say, "I'm not coming in unless I get the best price"? What do you say?
And that's when it gets sent over to my manager.
Okay, that's when you do a TO. Okay. Now, would you say that you get a fair amount of prospects into the dealership without giving price?
Here, not.
Okay. Now, you said availability. How do you handle availability?
It's not an issue anymore. It was previously.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to skip over the Internet Director. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Denise.
Okay, and so the same question. You're an Internet Coordinator / BDC Ninja. Tell me what the biggest challenges that you have doing your job on a day-to-day basis.
Probably actually getting a customer on the phone.
Okay, yeah. So you feel like you're dialing for dollars a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I would agree with that. That's probably the hardest thing is get somebody on the phone. Now, once you get the prospect on the phone, what type of challenges do you come across?
It was an inventory issue. Now I guess a lot of their rebuttals would be not having time to come in, so just finding a time for them to come in.
Okay. Can you think of anything else that makes your life difficult or stressful in the position?
Probably it's hard to keep up with customers when we turn them over to different departments.
Okay, I can understand that. How do you handle that then? So let's say you TO it to somebody on the showroom floor?
Or a different department, either a salesman. It's hard to get in touch with a salesman and ask them, hey, what happened when this customer came in? Did this customer come in?
So how do you handle that? How do you actually track them down and get that information ascertained?
Actually try and track down the person, walk around the dealership, asking people if they've seen them.
So you
Ask the
actually
managers.
get up out of your department, go downstairs, because this is not even kidding. So you have to go all the way downstairs and you got to hunt and find. Oh, okay. So they're downstairs, but we're upstairs right now. Okay. So you've got to go out your office and you've got to try to find the salespeople. How long does that take you to get the information that you're looking for?
Well, it depends. Sometimes it can take a while.
Okay. No, fair enough. Now, question for both the ladies. What is the TO protocol? Because you had just said before that if you couldn't overcome price or whatever, that sets up for TO. That makes sense. Okay, what happens when you TO? Is it an instant TO right now?
No.
Okay, so what is your TO process? What happens?
When it comes down to, if we feel that we've given them all the information that we can and we need a salesperson to step in, we turn it over. If it's about price, and if we've gone through everything we're supposed to and they're still wanting price, by say like the second or third time, it's handed over.
Okay, now once it's handed over, how does that work? Is there somebody in the room right there to take that instantaneously, or what do you do?
No, we choose from Marcus, Patty, or Maurice.
Okay, let's say you choose whoever. How long from when you TO it does the internet sales consultant or the sales consultant?
Right on it.
Okay. So how long do you think the whole process takes from TO to return call?
Depending on if they're not doing anything within, I say like 5 to 10 minutes, they call them back.
Okay. Now, how about for you? How do you do the TOs? Same process?
I do TOs for either leasing or a locate. If someone wants a specific car that we don't have, then I would turn it over to Patty or Marcus.
Okay, and just so we're on the same page, you're not just doing internet leads. You are doing special. I'm not gonna lead you. What do you do?
Special finance, internet leads for new and used cars, and our own auto base.
Okay, so you're doing actual data mining, BDC type work. You're doing special finance, and you're doing new and used internet. And we figured that was about 600 leads that you're getting in, correct, with everything, Marcus?
Yeah.
And with the residual flow factor, it's about, after the first 30 days, it's a minimum of about 900 opportunities on a monthly basis, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Marcus, tell us what your role is and how long you've been doing it and what your thoughts are.
I'm the internet director here. I oversee the BDC with Michelle. It's been going pretty well for the last 6 months. We've been doing this. We just now started this in April, May is when we started this. So we've been doing it for the last 6 months.
Okay, and what challenges do you have as the internet director, whether it's with prospects, it's with technology? What's frustrating?
Getting people in the door.
Getting them in the door. So wait a minute, that goes back to, you know, setting appointments, etc. What part of that process is the most difficult?
Could you restate the question?
Okay, the question was, what's the most difficult part? You said getting them in the door. Now, to get them in the door, there's things you gotta have in first.
Overall, with the lead, just getting people in the door.
Okay.
From my perspective, the toughest thing I have to deal with is none of it's really tough for me. I've been doing it 10 years, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm used to it. It's my daily routine, to tell you the truth.
All right. Now, question for all three is, what questions do you have for me as it relates to, you know, internet sales, whether it be with process, it'd be about price, availability? Do you have any questions for me?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I said we were only like following up with our leads for 30 days.
Right.
And you think we should get another like department, when we like tee over them for after 30 days, what should happen then?
Okay, again, here's what it should happen. In the dealer synergy process, I recommend that for the first 30 days, it's going to be email, phone call with good scripts, templates, and good voicemail templates as well. However, once it hits 30 days, it should be put into a tier 2. Now, what happens is, instead of it being, you know, every single day, you could put it every 3 days, you could put it every 4 days, something like that, depending on how many leads you have and how many HR you have is going to be able to dictate, you know, what you're able to do. But regardless, you're going to be able to have one person handle a heck of a lot more leads than you would as a regular frontline coordinator, because they don't have to have the methodical every single day follow-up. And what you want to do is, you want to, once they get into that category, I call it, you know, lost opportunity, a post 30 day, you want to keep them in that category for about 60 days. So 30 days methodical driven, and then the next 60 days will be strategically driven between email and phone calls and automation. After 90 days, you should just inactivate the lead, because if they're back interested or what have you, you had 90 days of consistent methodical follow-up via email, phone, social media, whatever, and there's no response, you have, for the love of God, 900 leads. You know what I mean? You part of the thing I want you to get great at is prioritizing, putting first things first. Which leads should you engage? Should you worry about somebody that, you know, and spend a lot of your manual efforts on people that have not responded to you at all in 90 days, or somebody that has communicated with you, etc., or somebody that's a fresh lead? That's all you got to focus on. Does that make sense? Good answer?
Good answer.
Awesome. What about you? Give me one question.
Okay, so when you say email, phone call, do you think, because like Andy told us to email every day, straight, first 30 days, email every single day?
Yeah, absolutely. The email should be automated. Okay, your CRM should turn around. You should not be doing the emails manually. It should be email. What you do is, whether you have a CRM, which you do, or an ILM, what you want to make sure is that you program. It's called an automated action plan. Email template number 1 for day 1. Email template number 2 for day 2. Now remember, here's something that's going to clear this up again, and I'm glad I'm putting this on video so you can rewind it after I leave. there are two processes. There's a follow-up process and there's an engagement process. So I'm not saying anything as ludicrous as you should be email, phone calling everybody if they've contacted you back and they had communication. No, you're gonna upset people, and it's overabundance. It's too much. What I'm saying is for people that have not contacted you back, they have not responded to your email, they have not responded to your voicemail, they have not answered the phone. That should be a methodical email, phone call for 30 straight days. However, once there's some form of any type of communication, it's going to be handled on a case-by-case basis. And then you could send the manual email. Then you could turn around and schedule a specific, follow-up time, etc. You were going to say?
No, there's no reason for me to. You just answered.
Okay, so that makes sense now, right? All right. Again, let's say for you, Kevin, as the VP, what questions do you have for your department, for me, that I can help with?
You basically answered all the questions.
All right, awesome.
Basically, what would be, like I asked before, what would be the first thing that we think we should work on?
Well, and as I mentioned before, it has to be, it has to start with you and the dealer principal. It has to start with an operational protocol, an operation strategy that makes sense, beginning with the end result in mind. As far as, your ninja coordinators, you need to turn around and start self-educating, reading the material, practicing the objections and rebuttals is absolutely imperative. Knowing your value package proposition, what is different and better about this organization than anybody else. Fair enough? You have any questions, sir?
You mentioned earlier that you had voicemail scripts for leaving messages.
Absolutely.
I think we got like 10 or 12 of them.
Well, you should have had a supplemental. All you got to do, Kevin, is email me, and I will turn on and send you. No. There's more than that. There should be.
There's only 7.
Okay.
You said there was abundant.
Yeah, there's like 60 voicemail scripts.
Yeah, we didn't get 6. We only got
Okay,
7.
and you should have 30 email templates and 60 voicemail scripts. What we can do post this meeting here, again, not even worried about it. I will turn around and we could do a conference call with us or everybody, whoever you want, and we could go through both the email templates and the voicemail scripts, and I could give you ideas how to customize them. Our Dealer Synergy email templates and phone scripts should not be just you cut and paste from us and send into your market. They're just like the starting point. You need to customize them to make it fit hand in glove, okay? Well, listen, I really appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I look forward to sharing in your success, okay?
Thank you.